Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Debt Disaster. I know it's been a long time since I have actually posted a video. The last time I posted was just like a mini life update, which I actually ended up putting a Snapchat story or an Instagram story on my Instagram. Um, I know I pretty much skipped out on the month of July. I was going to show y'all, sorry about that, getting text messages. I was going to show y'all my budget in July, but I'm going to end up probably not showing y'all that because there wasn't much of a budget in July, and you know what? It kind of happened. Um, but what I do want to show y'all is my plans for August. July, I thought I was going to be able to get out of my previous job a little bit faster than what I was. Um, and since I wasn't able to get out of that job up until, just this past Sunday, I'm now currently in my new job position. I'm a per diem PRN as needed staff member at the hospital that I work at, and I get to make more money hourly, and I get to make my own schedule, and I'm a lot happier with that. That's kind of what I was down in the dumps about. Last month, I posted that video. Well, not last month, it's still July, but now I'm kind of getting into my August budget. Last month, or last video, I was talking about how I was kind of down in the dumps. It was because of my work and because of my finances, the entire budget. Like, I had it kind of set for July and ended up just going, phew, what budget? But that's okay. It happens. It's whatever. Let's come back from that. Okay, so here we go. So let's look at actually my budget for August, which actually will start on July 27th. August is a weird month when it comes to paychecks because I get 3 paychecks in August. If you include the one with the 27th, because I always count those just because they fall kind of like in the in-between area, like the bills for July are pretty much done. Bills for August will fall in that paycheck, so I count it as the first paycheck. So July 27th through August 31st will be August's budget. I'm going to get 3 paychecks. Jonathan's going to get 2 paychecks. We're going to start getting his health insurance. And I'm also going to get paid back money from my vacation hours that I never used at my previous job. Since I'm no longer full-time, they pay me in my base pay in those vacation hours. So that is super exciting. So I'm expecting a check coming to me soon. I've guesstimated it to be anywhere from 13 to 15 just based off my hours and how many vacation hours I had. Anywhere from $1,300 to $1,500. So the last time I calculated it, I had about 80 vacation hours, and so I plugged that into the budget, or into my little payment calculator, and it gave me $1,500. So I'm gonna go with that. I have a little wiggle room if it isn't. If it's $200 less, it's $200 less. I have plenty of wiggle room there. So yeah, so as you can see, oops. Sorry, I'm using screen capture to do this, but I wasn't able to figure out how to keep this video up in the upper top without me clicking around. But I'll show y'all. I just won't click. So I expect myself, based off the hours that I'm planning to work this month, but since I'm PRN, my hours are not guaranteed. So I'm not sure if this will end up being exactly like that. As I go through the month, I'll have to figure it out. I know my first paycheck for sure, though, that's coming up this Thursday. I know what that one's going to be. So I should make about $5,600. Jonathan should make about $1,700, and I should get that $1,500 check. From last month's budget, I only have $26.45 left over, which is because I would have had a lot less, but my friend ended up loaning me $30 that I'm going to actually pay back, and you'll see that in this budget. I went overboard, and I don't know what happened. So, well, I know what happened, but I don't know why I let myself do that. I guess it was my birthday month. I went to Dallas and I had some birthday money. I don't know. We're not going to talk about it because I'm not going to do that anymore. Anyway, so I had about $26 left over from the previous budget. Moving down the line, I'm going to start my debt snowball. with all this income coming in, I will have my $1,000 emergency fund filled. As soon as I get this check in, bam, emergency fund done. So since my bills fall in different times, I'm going to go ahead and start my debt snowball. And I'm only doing that because I know that emergency fund is happening this month, no matter what. And half of these debt snowball things are at the very end of the month, so I'll have that in my emergency fund anyways. So I'm going to tackle 5 things off this list, which is a crazy amount of money. It's a little bit over $1,500 in debt, and I'm not going to do this all the time unless I have the spare money. But for my first go, I was like, yeah, let's get rid of this stuff. I plan to pay off my Motorola credit card. My friend Keisha, who these are Lady Gaga tickets for December that she bought for me and Jonathan not too long ago. GameStop credit card, my Chase Amazon card, so that's 4, and I'm also going to pay off my Samsung Galaxy S7 that I bought on T-Mobile that's sitting there on an EIP plan. It's no interest, but I'm going to pay it off. I've actually already sold that phone, and I've made $300 from that, so I can actually plug that into the budget here, too. I keep forgetting about that. I sold it. So, yeah, that's exciting. Those are the ones I'm going to pay off. So that's $114, $237, $230, almost $500, and then $500, all for these things, which added up around $1,500, maybe a little less, maybe a little over. Besides that, you can see all my debt. The rest of them are going to be minimum payments. Some of these I will have to pay twice in this month, since I'm starting my budget on the 27th of July, going all the way to the 31st of August. So my Capital One will be one of 2. My TJ Maxx will be one of 2. My Amazon card will be one of 2. The only reason why it's getting such a big chunk of money, that's not the minimum. The minimum is $76, but I have some stuff that's going to make it go over its credit line. I don't want that to affect my credit, so I'm paying it down. It's a deferred interest that never got paid off, and so that's why that's $300. All the other ones are normal. That Jonathan's AES student loan is going to be one of 2, so it's going to have 2 payments. The next will be after all of that, so we'll pay off $1,500 in debt, and then on top of that, all my other bills. Then my mortgage will come out, leaving us with about $3,300 for bills and life and sinking funds, which I'm going to start my sinking funds this month. I'm so excited about that. And I'll show y'all what I'm going to do with those as we scroll down. Bills, I've got my electric, house, water, my security system. There's that repay for the $30 that my friend loaned me. That's going to come out the very first week. My internet, Jonathan's DMV mistake, which is just a bill that he gave his car to his sister and didn't turn in the license plate. It's some stupid Louisiana thing. Car insurance, and then cell phones. So there's all of that going through, which leaves us with about $2,400 for our life. I'm going to budget $300 for groceries and household, and since this is pretty much like a 5-week budget instead of being 4 like my normal ones, since I get that extra paycheck, it's going to be $60 a week still, but once it goes back down to the 4 weeks, I'm going to still do $300, and we'll go from there. Budgeting $50 for gas, budgeting $50 for each of us for personal money, which last budget completely busted that. Got to try to tighten the reins a little bit. Subscriptions, which will be our music subscription. Even though I could honestly listen to Spotify for free, but I really like my Apple Music on my iPhone because I'm bougie. It's hard to break old habits when you first start out. It's going to be that, my extra storage on my iPhone, because backups for the phone go way over the minimum that Apple gives you, which is only 99 cents. That's okay. What else do I get? Hulu, and I think that's about it. Yeah, that's it. Hulu. So I'm pretty sure. I feel like there's one more. Oh, Crunchyroll. I have Crunchyroll, and then I also have Funimation, but Funimation gets paid for by my PayPal, which is Ibotta rebate, so that's free. um, just entertainment subscriptions in the sense to keep me entertained and from going out. The next is Pet, which will be $60. Cushion is something I'm going to plug in at the very end once we go through the sinking funds, which technically I could say cushion equals what's at the very bottom of this. But let's move into my sinking funds. So after everything, subtract $1,000 from this number, because that's going to go directly into the emergency fund. I have about $930 left for sinking funds. And so I'm going to start these sinking funds monthly. I already know that I have expenses coming up that I really need to take care of. I have my dogs and cats that need vet appointments every 6 months. Well, my dogs every 6 months, cats are yearly. And then I have their flea and heartworm medicine to get them, which the dogs kind of get a little bit of an expensive one. And I've thought about switching, but I'm just like, it works. I've had a flea infestation in my house before. I'm just going to stick with what works. I'm not willing to sacrifice that. So I'm budgeting my animals $150 every month for, and so we're going to start that out in August. I'm also going to budget for home improvements. I need to get a new roof. We also want to paint the house. We want to get it ready to sell in about 3 to 5 years, somewhere around there. Most likely 3 to 4. Medical. So that if either one of us gets sick, we'll be able to pay for the copay. Vacation, we have a vacation coming up in a year actually, and this will pay for the tickets to go to that convention. We go to A-Kon every year in June. So I'm going to put $100 towards that, and then it will allow us to each have spending money. A-Kon's really big for us. We love it so much, and so now that I'm starting to think ahead about things, it's perfect. Holidays, I'm going to start saving up for Christmas. This year we decided to not do a very big Christmas. We're just going to do, whoops, get that out of here. This year we're going to just do donations for Christmas. We decided to get dog food, toys, and blankets, and cat food, and litter, etc. for animal shelters. So instead of getting each other things, doing something for animals in need, because we really love animals. As you can tell by all the animals that end up showing up in my video. I have this category called impulse buys, which I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with just yet. I think it's if I come up with something in my head that I really, really want, I'll start sinking funding for that. Moving is for when we move into 3 to 5 years from now, and then auto care is for like oil changes and anything that happens to our cars. I'm putting $50 in that. At Snowball, does not have money in it because I've already plugged it up above, as y'all saw as we were scrolling through. So after everything, that leaves about a $500 cushion for us to go one way or the other. We can spend less, we can spend more. It's something that I may end up putting, if I don't spend it all, I may put a portion of it into my emergency fund, because sometimes I don't feel like $1,000 is enough. And I'll go ahead and just plug it into there. As kind of like just a cushion fund. I almost want to open a Capital One 360 savings account called Cushion, so that if anything changes, it's for the miscellaneous things in life, the things that I don't see coming, on top of my emergency fund, so that the smaller things, not these big things that end up draining my emergency fund. Anyways, so that's my budget for August. I have a weekly breakdown that I'm going to use for weekly reports coming up soon. Starting this Thursday will be when this budget begins. From there, I will show y'all once a week where I'm at, because I have it broken down here. I'll even give y'all a little preview. I know it clicks away my face. Bring my face back. Hello. I have weekly breakdowns, and so we'll see how this goes. Please keep me accountable. That's why I want to try to do it every week. Now that I'm not working a full-time schedule, even though I'll partly be working a full-time schedule, since I still need to make money, but now since I'm actually pretty flexible about my schedule, and I'll be able to work when I want to, I'll be able to do videos a lot more. I want to show y'all me doing couponing, saving money that way, because that's one way that I'm starting to save on household items. I also want to maybe start vlogging a little bit just to bring y'all along with my daily life. But I don't think my life's that interesting. But I mean, hey, I can show you all the different ways that I'm doing to save money, and it may keep me entertained. It may keep you entertained. I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the budget so far. I'm so excited to get this emergency fund funded and to start these sinking funds and start my dad's snowball. Like, this is insane. I can't believe it's actually happening. We're going to be debt-free. Debt-free 2020, that is what I'm hoping for. It may be debt-free 2021, but if I can get this debt-free 2020 going, let's do it. Come on, guys. Stay tuned.